Ma tovu.
Ma tovu ochal lecha Yaakov mishkenotecha Yisrael. Ma tovu ochal lecha Yaakov mishkenotecha Yisrael. Ani beruch astecha avo veitecha eshtacha el chechol kodecha biratecha. Adonai ahavti me'om beitecha umekom mishkan kevodecha. Bani eshtacha vechra'a evercha lifnei Adonai osi. Bani tefilati lecha l'Adonai Elohim beruch asecha anei be'emet yishecha.
We are blessed with so much each and every day of our lives. And so we take a moment in the morning service to thank God for the many blessings. So we'll all rise. Page 146. The Birkot HaShachar, the blessings of the day.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher nata masech bivina lehavin ben yom uven laila.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asani betzalmo.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asani bat chorei.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asani Yisrael.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam pokeach ivri.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam malbish harumim.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam matir asurim.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam zokef kefufim.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam ropeh haaretz al hamayim.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asa likot tzadikim.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher hechin mitzadei gaver.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam ozer Yisrael b'gvura.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam ota Yisrael v'tif'ara.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hanoten laya'ef to'ah.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hama'avir shena me'enai udnuma me'afapai.
Folks, let's all be seated. We're going to continue on page 169 with the Sabbath Song. If we can read this antiphonally, which is to say, if those sitting on the north side of the sanctuary with me would begin, and then with the indented couplets, those sitting on the south side with Jalen and Cantor would respond. 169, Psalm 92, the Sabbath Song. Okay, folks? Here we go. It is good to thank you, O Lord, to sing praises to your exalted name.
To proclaim your love every morning and your faithfulness every night.
To the sound of the 10-string lyre with voice and the music of the harp.
Your works, O Adonai, bring me gladness. Of your deeds I sing with joy.
How great are your deeds, O Lord! How profound are your designs!
The simple cannot comprehend. The foolish cannot grasp this.
Though the wicked may thrive like grass and doers of evil seem to flourish,
Their doom is sure to come, for yours is the ultimate triumph.
those who oppose you will perish, the workers of iniquity will be routed.
You have given me extraordinary power. I am like one who has been anointed.
I see the defeat of my foes, I hear the doom of my enemies.
The righteous will flourish like the palm tree. They will thrive like the cedar in Lebanon.
Planted in the house of the Lord, they will flourish in the courts of our gods.
Even in old age, they will bear fruit, retaining their vigor and their strength.
Proclaiming that the Lord is just, my rock, in whom there is no unrighteousness. The last 4 psukim verses in Hebrew. Once again, let's all rise. Let's find ourselves on page 180. We thank God for the gift and the beauty of creation, the recreation of the world each and every day, and this new day to which we awaken.
Baruch she'amar v'haya ha'olam baruch hu, baruch oseh bereshit, baruch omer ve'yoseh, baruch gozeh u'mkayem, baruch merachem al ha'aretz, baruch merachem al ha'briot, baruch meshaleh sachar tov lireyav, baruch ha'ilal v'kayam lanetzach, baruch bodehu mahatzil, baruch shemo, baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, ha'el ha'av ha'rachaman, umhula b'fi amo, meshubach ufor, meshubach ufor, bilshon chasidav v'avadav, u'shirei David avdecha, nehalelcha Adonai Eloheinu, bishvacho u'bizmirot, bishvachot u'bizmirot, negadelecha u'neshabechacha u'nfa'arecha, ונזכיר שמך ונמליכך מלכנו אלוהינו יחיד חי העולמים מלך משובח ופאר על עדי עד שמו הגדול ברוך אתה אדוני מלך מהולל ותשבחות.
Great. Let's all be seated. We'll continue with one of the Psalms of the 150 Psalms found in the Tanakh, the Hebrew Bible, Psalm 145, which you'll find on page 190. Ashrei.
Ashrei Ashrei Beitecha, Or Yehalelucha Selah.
Ashrei Am Shekachalo, Ashrei Ha'am Shadunai Elohav.
Tehillah LeDavid, Armimecha Elohai HaMelech, V'avarcha Shimecha Le'olam Va'ed.
B'chol Yom Avarchecha, V'halala Shimcha Le'olam Va'ed.
Gadol Adonai Umulal Meod, V'ligdulato Ein Cheker.
Dor ledor Yishabach Ma'asecha, U'gvorotecha Yagidu.
Adar Kevod Hodecha, V'divrei Niflotecha Asicha.
Ve'ezuz Norotecha Yomeru, U'gdulatcha Asaprena.
Zecher Avtucha Yaviu, V'tzidkatzecha Yiranenu.
Chanun v'rachom Adonai, Yerech Apayim Ugdal Chased.
Tov Adonai lakol, v'rachamav al kol ma'asav.
Yoduch Adonai kol ma'asecha v'chasidecha yevarchucha.
Kevod malchutecha romeru, gvuratecha yidaberu.
V'chodia livnei Adam gevurotav, v'chvor adar malchuto.
Malchutecha malchut ba'olamim, u'memshaltecha bechol dor vador.
סומך אדוני לכל הנופלים, וזוקף לכל החופים.
עיני כל אליך יסדרו, ואתה נותן להם את אוכלם בעתו.
פותח את ידיך, ומשפיע לכל חי רצון.
צדיק אדוני בכל דרכיו, וחסיד בכל מעשיו.
קרוב אדוני לכל רב, לכל אשר יקראו באמת.
רצון יראיו יעשה, ואת שבתם ישמע ויושיע.
שומר אדוני כל אוהביו, ואת כל הרשעים ישמיד.
תהילת אדוני ידבר פיו, יברך כה בשר שם קודשו לעולם ועד.
ואנחנו נברך יה, מעתה ועד עולם. Hallelujah. Turn to the final psalm of Sefer Tehillim, of the book of Psalms, which gives us a beautiful sense of the service in biblical times, in temple times, with music and with dance and with instrumentation. 194, Psalm 150.
כל הנשמה תהלליה, הללויה. כל הנשמה תהלליה, הללויה. הללויה בקודשו, הללויה ברכי עוזו, הללויה בגבורתו, הללויה ברוב גאולו. כל הנשמה תהלליה, הללויה. כל הנשמה תהלליה, הללויה. הללויה בצהק השופר, הללויה בנבל וכינור, הללויה בתוף ומחר, הללויה ממיני ועוגה. כל הנשמה תהלליה, הללויה. כל הנשמה תהלליה, הללויה. הללויה בצלצלי שמה, הללויה בצלצלי תרועה. כל הנשמה תהלליה, הללויה. כל הנשמה תהלליה, הללויה. כל הנשמה תהלליה, הללויה.
Let's turn a minute to page 218. Chopin Ad.
שוכן אור מרום וקדוש שמו, וכתוב רננו צדיקים באדוני, לישרים נבע תהילה, בפי ישרים תתהלל, ודברי צדיקים תתברך, ובלשון חסידים תתרומם, ובקרב קדושים תתקדש. ובמקהלות דבבות עמך בית ישראל, ברינה יפאר שמך מלכנו בכל דור ודור, שכן חוב וכה יצורים לפניך, אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו, להודות, להלל, לשבח, לפעל, לרומם, להדר, לברך, להלל ולקלס על כל דברי שירה ותשבחות, תביא בן ישי, עבדך משיחך. ישתבח שמך לעד מלכנו, האל המלך הגדול והקדוש בשמיים ובארץ, כי לך נארנה אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו. שיר ושבחה, הלל וזמרה, עוז וממשלה נצח, גדולה וגבורה תהילה ותפארת, קדושה ומלכות. ברכות והודות מעתה ועד עולם, ברוך אתה אדוני התשבחות אל ההודות אדון הנפלאות הבוחר בשירי זמרה מלך אלוהי העולמים.
Jalen, can we invite you back up to the Amud for the Chatzi Kaddish, page 220.
יתגדל ויגדל שמי רבה
Amen.
בעלמא דברה חירותי ועמלך מלכותי בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל בעגלה ובזמן קריב במהרו יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם עולם ירמיה יתברא וישתבח ויפאר וירמה ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה לעילה מכל ברכה ושירתה תושבתה תנאמתה תאמירה בעלמא במהרו אמן.
I'd like to invite Uncle and Aunt Brad and Kelly to offer a reading. You'll notice today that all of the readings are dealing with family, the theme of family, as family is so important to the Epsteins. So Brad and Kelly, a reading entitled A Family.
A family is a place to cry and laugh and vent frustration, to ask for help and tease and yell, to be touched and hugged, and to be smiled at. A family is people who care when you are sad, who love you no matter what, who share your triumphs, who don't expect you to be perfect, just growing with honesty in your own direction.
A family is a circle where we learn to like ourselves, where we learn to make good decisions, where we learn to think before we do, where we learn integrity and respect for others, where we are special, where we share ideas, where we listen and are listened to, where we learn the rules of life to prepare ourselves for the world. The world is a place where anything can happen. If we grow in a loving family, we are ready for the world.
Beautiful, thank you. And so, for the gift of family and so much else, let's all rise as we offer praise to God. Call to worship 224. Baruch Adonai Mevorach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai haborach leolam va'ed. Lai, 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 lai. Lai, 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 lai. Lai, 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 lai.
Praised are you, Lord our God, ruler of the universe, who forms light and creates darkness, who ordains the harmony of all creation. We can all be seated, continuing to page 228.
El Adonai kol ha'ma'asim baruch u'borach b'fi kol neshama golav v'tuvo malei olam ta'at u'tfuna sovev imoto ha'migai al chayot ha'kodesh v'neder v'achot al ha'merkava זכות ומשול לפני כיסאו, חסד ורחמים לפני כבודו, טובים מאורות שברא אלוהינו, יצר בדעת בבינה ובשכל, כוח וגבורה נתן בהם, להיות מושלים בקרב תבל, מלאים זיו ופיקים נוגה, נעזיבם בכל העולם, שמחים בצאתם וששים בבואם, עושים בהם על רצון קונם, ואב וכבוד נותנים לשמור, זוהר לברינה לזכר מלכותו, הרעל השמש ויזרח אור, ראה והקים סורת הלבנה, שבנונים לו, גד צבא מרום, תפארה וגדולה, שרפים ואופנים וחיות הקודש.
Friends, let's turn together to page 239. If you'll join together with me responsively, Ahava Rabbah, God's gifts of love and Torah. 239. With abounding love have you loved us, Lord our God. Great and overflowing tenderness have you shown us.
Avinu Malkeinu, for the sake of our ancestors who trusted in you and whom you taught the laws of life, be also gracious to us and teach us.
Merciful God, have compassion upon us. Endow us with understanding and discernment, that we may study your Torah with devotion.
May we heed its words and transmit its precepts. May we follow its instruction and fulfill its teachings in love.
Enlighten our eyes in your Torah and make our hearts cling to your mitzvot, your commandments. Grant us singleness of purpose to love and revere you, so that we may never be brought to shame.
For we trust in your awesome holiness. May we rejoice and delight in your deliverance.
Jalen, can I invite you back to the Amud? Mom and Dad, Scott and Bethany, if you can come and join your daughter. Bring to Jalen the talit that she wears today and becoming a bat mitzvah. And as you place the talit on your daughter, enwrapping Jalen in the history, the ideals, the teachings, the wisdom, and now the mitzvot of our people Israel. Jalen, if you'll recite the bracha for wearing the talit.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav lihitatef batzitzit.
Amen. We continue praying for the ingathering of our people from the four corners of the earth. Vahavienu on page 240, which will lead us into the Shema with Jalen.
Vahavienu l'shalom me'arba kafot haaretz v'tolichenu kom yamiyut le'atzenu ki efu v'yeshut ata uvanu v'chorz mikol velashon v'kerabtanu l'shimcha hagadol selam be'emet lehodot lecha u'liacherecha u'liacherecha be'ahava Baruch atah Adonai abocher be'amo Yisrael v'yahava
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom alevavecha ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך, ובלתך בדרך, ובשכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך.
All of us having gathered our four tzitzit of our talit, holding them together close to our hearts. Turn a few pages now. Page 246, Vayomer.
ויאמר אדוני אל משה לאמור, דבר אל בני ישראל, ואמרת להם, ועשו להם ציצית, על כנפי ביתיהם לטהרותם, ונתנו על ציצית, על פניו כתיל תכלת, והיה לכם לציצית, ראיתם אותו, וזכרתם את כל מצוות אדוני, ועשיתם אותם, ולא תטורו אחרי לבבכם ואחרי עיניכם, אשר אתם זונים אחריהם, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם. Amen.
Let's continue in the middle of page 251. From Egypt you redeemed us, O Lord our God, from the house of bondage you delivered us. You revealed your saving power at the sea when the children of Israel passed through in safety. Tyranny was defeated, enslavement was ended, the dawn of freedom had come at last. Therefore they praised and extolled you, they offered your prayers of fervent thanksgiving, they acclaimed you as the ever-living God, great and revered, exalted in majesty. You humble the haughty and raise up the lowly. You free the captives and redeem the weak. You help those in need and answer your people when they cry out to you. 252, we continue in the Hebrew.
Baruch hu barach, Moshe ובני ישראל לכנו שירה, בשמחה רבה ואמרו כולם, מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, נורא תהילות אוספלה. שיר החדש שבחוג גאולים, לשמך שפת הים, יחכו לעמוד והמליכו, יאמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. Please rise. So Israel, Kuma be'ezrat Israel, uvtech inamecha, Yehuda ve'Yisrael, go aleinu, Adonai tzvaot shemo, Kadosh Yisrael, Baruch atah Adonai,
Baruch Shemo. Begin the Shacharit morning Amidah, page 255.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei hayometim. Baruch atah Adonai.
Baruch Shemo.
Hayei hametim.
Amen. Kedusha 256.
Nekadesh heshicha ba'olam, Geshem shemachti shimoto tishmei maro, kakatuv al yaneviyecha, ekara ze ve'amar, kadosh, 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 Adonai Tzevaot, Melech kol haaretz kevodo. Az vekol hashkato, adir vechazak, mashmim kol einosaim, le'omat serafim, le'omatam, Baruch kehomeru, Baruch kevod Adonai b'mkomo. B'mkomcha Malkeinu tafriya, v'timloch aleinu, ki mechakim anachnu lach. Motai timloch b'tzion, bekarov b'yameinu le'olam v'tishkon. Bekarov b'yameinu le'olam v'tishkon. Titgadal v'titgadash b'toch Yerushalayim ircha, לדוי ודוי ולנצח נצחים. ועינינו תראינו מלכותך, כדבר אמור בשירי עוזך, על ידי דוד משיח צדקך. אם לא אדוני לעולם, אלוהי ציון, לדור ודור, הללויה. לדור ודור נגיד גדלך, לדור ודור נגיד גדלך, ולנצח נצחים, קדושתך נקדיש, לשבחך אלוהינו, מפינו לא יבוש ללמוד, כי המלך גדול וקדוש, גדול וקדוש אתה, ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
Well, let's take a few moments now for individual and quiet prayer. We can continue in the morning Amidah, 258, 259 through and including 266, 267. Let's conclude our quiet prayer with a prayer for shalom, for peace. Jalen, sweetie?
Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael b'meru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael b'meru amen.
So once again, let's return to the theme of family. Great uncle and aunt Ira and Kathy, if you'll join us on the bima. A family is.
A family is a deeply rooted tree with branches of different strengths, all receiving nourishment from an infinite source.
A family is where character is formed, values are learned, ethics are created, and society is preserved.
A family is where all members contribute and share, cooperate and work, and accept their responsibilities towards the good of the group.
A family is where holidays are celebrated with feastings, birthdays acknowledged with gifts, and thoughts of days gone by alive with fond remembrances.
A family is where each can find solace and comfort in grief, pleasure and laughter in joy, and kindness and encouragement in daily living.
A family is a haven of rest, a sanctuary of peace, and most of all, a harbor of love.
Thank you. Let's turn to Kaddish Lane 268.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, ילמד יברך חירותי וימליך מלכותי, שחייכון וביומכון, ובחייךו בית ישראל, בגלה ובזמן קריב יברו, אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך, ויעלם ולעלמי הבעיה. יתברך וישתבח ויפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלש בקודשה בריחו לאלה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תשבחתה ונחמתה דאמירה נעמה ויברו אמן. תתקבע סולותון ובאותכון לכל ישראל הודם אבוהוני וישמעיה ויברו אמן. יש לומר רבה מן שמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ויאמרו אמן. עושה שלום ממרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ויאמרו אמן.
So let's turn now to the Torah service, the central part of our service today. And Jalen will lead us in the Torah service beginning on page 312, Ein Kamocha. Jalen, bring your prayer with you, sweetie. Yeah. Ein Kamocha.
אין כמוך באלוהים אדוני, ואין כמעשיך, מלכותך מלכות
you.
Vayahim bin Zohar Aaron, Vayomer Moshe, Dear God, I am so thankful for the blessings I have in my life. I am thankful for my friends and family who are always there for me, my parents who are always encouraging me and cheering me on, my sister who I can share secrets with. I am thankful for them because they helped me become a better person. Every Friday night in my house, we light the Shabbat candles together, and I plan on continuing this after I become a bat mitzvah. We will continue to celebrate and observe the Jewish holidays every year with our family. I will continue to perform acts of love and kindness. I plan on working hard to make sure that I am kind to those around me to spread peace. After I turn 13, I hope to plan a trip to Israel with my family. My parents met there, and it seems to hold a very special place for them, but also to many others that have visited. I hope to continue keeping up with my family's traditions as I get older to make sure that the legacy of the Jewish people continues. Amen. Amen.
Page 320.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shema.
Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shema. lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 tziva lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 tziva lanu Moshe.
So we're going to continue now with the reading of the Torah. For those who have Aliyot this morning, if I can just invite you to come up to right here. You'll find the blessings over here, and I'll be over here, and you'll be safe from me, and I'll be safe from you. So it's even. Okay. Mom and Dad, Scott and Bethany for the first Aliyah. One second. Ya'amdu Simcha Label Ben Yosef Rafael Ben Lesuget Bat Amilibe Bat David Vishoshana Yehudi Rishon. Amen. If you'd like to follow in the Chumash, you can find yourselves on page 756. You'll notice that we're concluding the third book of the Torah this morning, the book of Leviticus, and we'll also be beginning the fourth book of the Torah, the book of Bimidbar. So the closing verses, page 756, verse 26. Amen. Ach bechor asher yivarechecha l'Adonai bivehema lo yakdish ish oto im shor im se l'Adonai ho ve'im ba behema hatme'a ufadav erkecha v'yasav chamishato alav ve'im lo yigael v'nimaker b'erkecha ach kol cherem asher yachareim ish l'Adonai mikol asher lo מאדם ובהמה ומשדה אחוזתו לא ימכר ולא יגאל כל חרם קודש קודשים הוא לאדוני. For the second Aliyah, we invite Pop and Mom, Joel and Bev, together with Uncle Brad. Brad, if you'll join us. Ya'amdu Yosef Rafael Ben Hirsch Lippe ve'Ested Belesuge bat Yidl umindl Baruch HaKivet bat Yosef Rafael Belesuge Sheni
Baruch Adonai HaBarach Le'olam Va'ed. Amen.
Amen. Kol cherem asher yacharim min adam lo yifadeh mot yumat v'chol ma'asar haaretz mizera haaretz mipri ha'etz l'Adonai hu kodesh l'Adonai V'im ga'ol yiga'el ish mima'asro chamishito Yosef alav.
Amen. Mazal tov.
Koach. And for the honor of the absolute final verses of the book of the Vayikra, I'd like to invite Grandpa Paul and Grandma Sherry, Paul and Sherry, and Uncle Josh. Ya'amdo Yechiel ben Avraham v'Sara, Shoshana Yehudit, Bat Shmuel v'Sara, Yitzchak B'Tzalel ben David, v'Shoshana Yehudit, Shlishi. Folks, when you see that I get to the very last verse, if you'll just all rise, as is our custom, for the last verse of any book of Torah, and then I'll offer the words. You'll offer the words first. Chazak, chazak, v'nit chazek. With strength, may we be strengthened to go on to the next book of Torah, and then I'll repeat your words.
Baruch Adonai HaBarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Amen. V'chol masar bakar v'tzon kol asher yavir tachat hashavet ha'asiri yihye kodesh l'Adonai lo yivaker ben tov l'ra v'lo yimirenu v'im hamer yimirenu v'hayahu utmurato yihye kodesh lo yigael. Ele hamitzvot asher tziva Adonai et Moshe el bnei Yisrael behar Sinai.
Chazak, chazak, v'nit chazek.
Chazak, chazak, v'nit chazek. Baruch Baruch Shemo.
Amen.
Amen. Yeshkoach, folks.
Shekoach.
Yeshkoach. can all be seated. Catherine? When Jalen was in the olive class of Hebrew school, there was a special project for the family to make what is known as a wimple, a Torah covering. And this is quite a work of art, if I may say. So let me just show it to you before we use it to actually cover the Torah. Can you see it? And if you like the butterfly over here, look at the back. All the butterflies you never like to see. Let me just, okay, so Madison, can you join us on the bima? Bring your sister to the Torah, and Jalen's Aliyah, as a bat mitzvah.
Baruch Hu Adonai Hambarah. Baruch Adonai Hambarach Le'olam Ba'ed. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Asher Bachar Banu Mikol Ha'amim V'nata Lanu Et Torato. Baruch Ata Adonai Noten HaTorah. Vaydaber Adonai El Moshe ve'el Aharon Lemor Al Tachritu et Shevet Mishpechot Hakehati Mitoch Halvim Vezot Asu Lachen Vechayu Velo Yamutu Vegishtam et Kodesh HaKodashim Acharon Ubanav Yavo'u Vesamu Otam Ish Al Uvadato Ve'el Masa'o Velo Yavo'u Lirot Kebala et HaKodesh Ba'ametu. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Asher Nata Lanu Torah Temet V'chayei Olam Nata B'tochenu. Baruch Ata Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Jalen, Kendra would like to offer a special lesson for you now. Kendra, how about if we just put the wimple on?
Yes. Your artistry is amazing. Really.
So this blessing that comes from the Talmud the tractate of brachot of blessings, this blessing especially for you, Jim.
May you live to see your world fulfilled. May you be our link to future worlds. And may your hope encompass all the generations to be. May your hearts conceive with understanding. May your mouth speak wisdom. And your tongue be stirred with sounds of joy. May your gaze be straight and sure, your eyes be lit with Torah's lamp, your face aglow with heaven's radiance, your lips alive with words of wisdom, and your inner self alive with righteousness. And may you always rush in eagerness to hear the words of one, more ancient than all time. And let us say, Amen.
So with that beautiful blessing, we're ready for Jalen's chanting of the Haftarah. For those who would like to follow in the Chumash, you will find yourselves on page 787. This morning's Haftarah taken from the Navi Hosea, the prophet Hosea. Jalen will begin with the opening blessing, and then the Haftarah, the book of Hosea.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar b'nvi'im tovim v'ratza b'divrchem hena'emarim be'emet. Baruch atah Adonai habocher b'torah uv'Moshe avdo uvi-Yisrael amo uvi-Vi'ei ha'emet v'tzedek.
Amen.
Adonai uzi uma uzi umnusi beyom tzara elecha goyim yavo'u me'af se'aretz ve'yomeru ach sheker nachalu avoteinu hevel ve'em bam mo'il haya aseh lo adam Elohim v'chema lo Elohim lachen hineni modi'am ba'pa'am hazot odiem et yadi ve'et gevurati ve'yad'u ki shemi Adonai chatat Yehuda ketuva ve'et barzel v'tziporen shamir charusha aluach libam ol karnot mezbutehem kizkor b'neihem mizbachortam va'asherehem al eitz ra'anan al givaot ha'givahot harari basadeh chelecha chol ozvecha labaz aten Bamotecha vechatat vechol givulecha ושמעת מנחלתך אשר נתתי לך, וכעבדתיך את אויביך בארץ אשר לא ידעת, כי אש קדחתם באפי עד עולם תוקד. כה אמר אדוני, אברור נא גבר אשר יבטח באדם, ושם בשר זרעו, ומן אדוני יסור ליבו. וחיה כערער בערבה, ולא יראה כי יבוא טוב, ושכן חררים במדבר ארץ מלחה ולא תשב. ברוך הגבר אשר יבטח באדוני, וחיה אדוני מבטחו. וחיה כעץ שתול על מים, ועל יובל ישלח שרשיו, ולא יראה כי יבוא חום. וחיה עליכו רענן, ובשנת בצורת לא ידאג, ולא ימאיש מעשות פרי. עקוב הלב מכל ויאנוש מי ידענו. אני אדוני חוקר לב, בוחן כליות, ולתת לאיש כדרכיו כפרי מעלליו. קורא דגר ולא ילד, עושה אושר ולא במשפט, בחצי ימיו ידבנו, ובאחריתו יהיין נבל. כיסא כבוד מראשון, מרום מראשון, מקום מקדשנו. מקווה ישראל אדוני, כל עוזביך יבושו, וסורי בארץ יכתבו, כי עזבו מקור מים חיים את אדוני. רפאני אדוני וארפא, חושייני ואבשע, כי תהילתי אתה. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, צור כל העולמים, צדיק בכל הדברות, האל הנאמן, האומר ועושה, המדבר ומקיים, שכל דבריו אמת וצדק. נאמן אתה הוא אדוני אלוהינו, ונאמנים דבריך, בדבר אחד מדבריך, אחור לא ישוב ריקם. כי אל מלך נאמן ורחמן אתה, ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הנאמן בכל דבריו. רחם על ציון כי בית היינו, ולעלובת נפש תושיע במהרה בימינו. ברוך אתה אדוני, משמח ציון בבניך.
Amen.
Samcheinu Adonai Eloheinu be'Eliyahu hanavi Abdecha u'malchut Beit David Meshichecha bimheira Yavo ve'agel libeinu al kiso lo yeshev zar velo yinchalu od acherim et kevodo ki v'shem kodecha nishbatalo shelo yichbeinero le'olam va'ed Baruch atah Adonai Magen David
Amen.
Al HaTorah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al ha'bim ve'al Yom HaShabbat hazeh shenatata lanu Adonai Eloheinu likdusha v'limnucha lechavod ultivaret al hakol Adonai Eloheinu anachnu modim lach umfarchim otach yitbarach shimcha befi kol tamid le'olam va'ed Baruch atah Adonai
Baruch Baruch Shemo.
Mekadesh HaShabbat.
Amen. Yasher Koach. How do you spell relief? You know, Jalen, I'm impressed by two things during your Haftarah this morning. So, most of all, I'm impressed by your beautiful voice and the accuracy of your Hebrew. Really impressed by that. But you know what else I'm impressed with? I'm impressed with your Uncle Brad over here. You know your Uncle Brad? He was following every word of the Haftarah this morning. And had his Chumash open, following every word. And when you were finished with your Haftarah part, Uncle Brad opened up the prayer book and followed your blessings. So, you know, somebody who is so interested in following must mean that he reads Hebrew pretty well. And Jalen, do you know where your Uncle Brad learned to read Hebrew? Right here at Ohev Shalom. Brad, that's great. You know, I'm looking out, and there you are, looking into the Chumash. Great. That's cool. Good for you. Okay. So, we're ready to wrap the Torah and then put it back into the ark. So, folks, come on up. Make sure you have your parents' prayer with you. Let's all rise as the Torah is lifted. We're going to turn first to page 332, a prayer for Medinat Yisrael, the state of Israel on the eve of Yom Yerushalayim. Sunday night and Monday we'll be celebrating Jerusalem Day, the reunification of the city of Jerusalem in 1967. So we surely have Israel on our minds, as we always do. 332.
Adonai Eloheinu, Zor Yisrael v'kolo, Barech Medinat Yisrael, v'hagen aleha.
We ask your blessings, O God, for the state of Israel, for the land of Israel, and for the people of Israel. Bless those who defend the land and protect its people. Bless its leaders with wisdom, courage, and dedication. May they be resolute in the face of challenge and unwavering in the pursuit of justice and peace. May Israel be a beacon of hope for the oppressed, a source of inspiration to all who are free. Fulfill in our day the ancient promise, Tzion b'mishpat tipadeh, V'shaveha b'tzedakah, Zion shall be redeemed through justice, and its inhabitants through righteousness. Amen. We turn to page 340 with Jalen. Towards the bottom part of the page, Yehalelu.
Yehalelu et Shem Adonai, ki niskav Shemo levado, hodinu eretz b'shamayim, hayarem keren li'amo, v'yilalechu hasidav, v'bnei Yisrael am karovo. Hallelujah, hallelujah.
Today is one of the most momentous days of your life. Whether you realize it or not, as you become a bat mitzvah, you join the many generations of Israel who have been called to the Torah before you. You are now a bond that connects our past with our future, and you represent all that is promising and possible within Judaism.
Jalen, Skylar, we have been so blessed by having you as our daughter. You've made our lives full of true love, laughter, joy, and happiness. This is our blessing to you. What a privilege it is for us today to publicly tell our family and friends what a wonderful human being that you have been. We have always been truly moved by your kindness to others, your dedication, your sweetness, your love for your family and friends. We hope that you will continue to learn and mature. You will find that the world is not always a fair place, but do what you can to make it better. Continue to show kindness to others, no matter who they are.
Jalen Skylar Epstein, on this day of your bat mitzvah, a day we have been talking about since you were born, this is the day you have reached the age of spiritual maturity, and when you are responsible for your own actions, we feel as though you are ready to take on the challenge of adulthood. May you continue to be the magnificent person you already are. May your Judaism not be something inherited, but something you continue to enjoy being and to discover and explore more of.
May you never lose your wonderful ability to say, I love you, and you say it often, which we love. May your strength and understanding lead you to a life where you continue to make good decisions, even when they may not be popular with others, where you do what you think is the right thing. May your kindness to all lead you to a life filled with loving friends and family.
May your tendency to help those less fortunate than you lead you to a life filled with acts of good deeds. May your common sense and wisdom lead you to a life filled with well thought out decisions.
May your intelligence and diligence lead you to a career that you are passionate about. May your beauty and sensitivity help enhance the splendor of the world.
May your sense of humor always be close to you so that you have comfort throughout difficult times. May your interest in learning lead you to fully experience all that life has to offer.
May you always remember this extraordinary day and cherish the memory of your Jewish ancestors who came before you and made it possible for you to stand here today with pride in becoming a bat mitzvah.
May you have the ability to make your hopes and dreams come true. May you be blessed with patience and understanding, with wisdom and compassion.
My wish for you as you enter adulthood on your bat mitzvah is simply this: to remain a kid. Don't lose your gift of being playful and living in the moment. Don't worry about growing up too fast. May you be blessed with a long, full, healthy, and happy life. Always know that you are loved, and we will always be there for you. Jalen, we are beyond proud of you today and every day. We love you always and forever. Mazel tov.
Friends, as we're seated, let me invite you to pay now especially close and careful attention as Jalen shares with us her Devar Torah.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
My Torah portion is Parshat Bechar. My portion is about the sabbatical and Jubilee year. The Torah calls for a Sabbath day of rest after 6 days of work, but it also commands a Sabbath year. This Sabbath year of rest is for the land after every 6 years of cultivation. Once there have been 7 cycles of sabbatical years, there is a Jubilee, which is every 50th year. The earth is a very special place. The sabbatical year was supposed to teach us that the earth is not ours, it's God's. God gave human beings the earth to watch over and take care of us so that it can give us what we need. As human beings, we like to think that when we buy something, it is ours. We can do what we want to it and treat it however we want. But by doing this, we are possibly hurting the earth for everyone else. We are not treating it like we are taking care of it for someone else. When my family helped watch our neighbor's dog, we treated the dog like our own because we were helping our neighbors. We wouldn't want something to happen to the dog that wasn't ours. It is the same thing with the earth. Just because we financially own something, it doesn't give us the right to ruin it for other people. There is a difference between freedom and liberty. There has to be a balancing act of doing what you want to do, but also doing the right thing as it might affect other people or the space around you. As Leviticus 25:10 states, "Proclaim liberty throughout all the land unto all inhabitants, therefore," which is also inscribed on the Liberty Bell in Philadelphia. For my Chesed project, I've been working with the Kind Like Joey Foundation. The foundation honors Joey Edwards, the brother of my friend Kayla. Its mission is to encourage and to spread random acts of kindness, to offer college scholarships annually, and to provide assistance to families that have experienced the sudden loss of a school-aged child. After Joey was tragically killed, his family began receiving notes, emails, and phone calls from friends, family, and strangers about how kind Joey was. Joey was a champion of kindness. To help their cause during the pandemic, I have been making bracelets and selling them for $5 each, and all of the proceeds are going to the Kind Like Joey Foundation. Each time I make a bracelet, I am reminded of how Joey was a champion for kindness, and how the foundation helps keep Joey's memory alive and to continue to help spread kindness. I hope that every time someone looks at their wrist and sees a bracelet I made, it also reminds them to be kind to everyone. There is so much sadness in the world right now because of COVID-19. It is a nice reminder to be kind. In closing, being kind to everyone around you is important, but also being kind to the earth we live on is also important. Being kind to the earth is our way of showing God that we are taking care of what is being lent to us. We are responsible for taking care of everyone and everything around us so that we can leave it better for our kids and their kids. Be kind and pass the kindness on to others. Be kind. Be like Joey. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. So, Jalen, I have a question I want to ask you, sweetie. You can have a seat if you want. Because, my remarks to you were about 35 minutes, so you might as well sit down and relax. Everybody out there is going, oh no, oh my God. So, Jalen, after you become bat mitzvah, where are you going? Okay, so, Jalen, after your party that's celebrating you becoming a bat mitzvah, where are you going? Disney, huh? Pretty cool, right? And you're going for your cheer competition, right? Well, as far as we're all concerned, Jalen, you're number one. You're number one. I know it's a different kind of cheering, but we are your cheerleaders over here, and you are number one. So, after you go there, then where do you go next? Hawaii! Life is so tough, Jalen. How can you possibly get used to it? So, if you go to Disney and then you go to Hawaii, you know where you really have to go? Yeah, home. It'd be good to stop off at home every now and then, see your dogs, and no, you already said that you want to go there.
Israel.
Is it Israel? Right. Yeah. It's like on the list, according to the alphabet, you have Hawaii, H, I, Israel, Then you can go to J, Jamaica, but Israel's got to be next. Jalen, you and I kind of like maybe live in two different time zones. But we have a big overlap, but two different time zones. So what do I mean by that? So here you are, 13 years old, right? And you got so far to look in the future, and you can dream about the future. What am I going to be? How am I going to become? What kind of family am I going to have? You have the future all in front of you. So I hope to share that future with you. I really do. So there's an overlap in our time zones, but I also have a past that I can think about that makes me really happy. I look out over here today and where your grandparents are sitting, I see your great-grandparents, Jules and Sarah, who were here, I'd say, every holiday.
March.
And Marge, yeah. I remember them so well. No. Yeah, what did I say? Sarah, okay. It's not a bad name. Yeah, Jules and Marge. And, and then I'd see your grandparents there, and then I'd see your sister Madison, and you there, Jalen, for holidays. So you're like the fourth generation that I know in your family. Great-grandparents, your grandparents, mom and dad, and now you and Madison. So, that makes today for me so very important and very happy. And your other set of grandparents, I get to see you on the happiest occasions, folks. Paul and Sherry, let's see. When I stood with Bethany and Scott under the chuppah on their wedding day, we were together when Madison became a bat mitzvah. we were together, and now today, with Jalen becoming a bat mitzvah. So Jalen, sweetie, you have like a Jewish past that not only goes back 4 generations, but it goes back, I'd say, 400 generations. It goes back, if we count back to the days of Moses, we're more than 3,000 years. And you want to talk about miracles? The fact that from Moses to us, we're still here. Well, Moses wasn't here. They didn't know anything about Richboro, Pennsylvania. But we're here. It is like a miracle that we are probably like one of the oldest, maybe the Chinese also, but one of the oldest kind of like cultures that has made it all. There's something, it has to be something very special about us. So that's when I go from the past into the future. And I think about, so what's our future going to be? The Jewish people, Jewish community. And when I think about our future, then I think of your sister and I think of you, Jalen. Because you are our future. You are future. And today, as you become a bat mitzvah, we really say to you, Jalen, we could never say this until today, but we now kind of like give to you the future of the Jewish people. And we can hope and pray that you're going to cherish it and take it with love and with caring. And one of the things that you're dreaming about in the future is what kind of family you'll have. And I hope it'll be a family where, like mom and dad, when you're married, it'll be under the chuppah. Yeah? It was a great day. It was a great day. Yeah, it was a great day. Under the chuppah. And one day, if God blesses you with children, you'll bring him, her, them to the synagogue one day for their bar bat mitzvah. Is that fair enough? Just one more thing. One more thing, Jalen. I know about you that when you see somebody who's sad, you want to try to do something to pick up their spirits, right? A lot of people see a sad person, they go, it's a shame, they're sad. But you see that person, and you want to do something. You want to make them happy, right? Well, you've made us all very happy this morning. I came in at about 9:30 this morning. Yeah, I was feeling okay. It was good, But I'll leave here today feeling so much happier than when I came in. And you know why? It's because of you, Jalen. Seeing you become a bat mitzvah brings all of us just tremendous happiness. So people are going to say mazal tov to you today, or mazel tov. I also want to say thanks to you for bringing us all this joy, all this happiness today. Jalen, you must be a very special person, and you must be connected to people in high places, because for the past number of months, we have not had a certificate to present to the bar bat mitzvah, because the person who made the certificates retired and we could not figure out exactly how to do it. But this past week, they've been working on it for hours. Cantor, is that a true statement? Really, hours went into this?
Lots of hours to figure it out.
To figure it out. And we thought, I shouldn't say we, I had nothing to do with this, but we're almost giving up, and then they finally figured it out. So this certificate of bat mitzvah presented by Ohev Shalom to Jalen Epstein, as you were called to the Torah, Yehudit Sarah bat Simcha Label Ubata Mi Liba, who having completed the required studies was duly inducted as a bat mitzvah this 26th day of ER 5781. With our blessings, Yehi Chelka b'Torat Adonai, may your portion be amongst those who live and labor in the Torah of our God. So it's just missing 2 things here, Jalen. It's missing 2 things. You know what it's missing? It's missing the Cantor and my signature. Cantor was here yesterday morning, but they couldn't figure out how to do it yesterday morning. So it doesn't have her signature on it. I wasn't here at all yesterday. So we're going to sign it and then make sure we get it to you. Okay? Yep. And also, we have these 2 gifts for you. these are gifts that come from the men's club and the sisterhood. This is the Jewish Publication Society translation of the Torah. Contains the part that you read today, but all 5 books of Moses. And when you go to Israel, you're going to be in Jerusalem. When you're in Jerusalem, Jalen, you're going to want to visit a place called Yad L'Kashish, the Lifeline for the Elderly. It's one of the most special places in Jerusalem where they make all kinds of beautiful Judaica, you know? And they made this for you, these beautiful candlesticks. And you said that you light Shabbos candles every Friday night. I'm so proud of you. That makes me very, very happy. You'll have your own candlesticks now to use. You're welcome. You're welcome. So I'll give these to you, to Mom and Dad, after the service is over, okay? How's that? Did that take 35 minutes? Okay. What'd you say? Okay. Great. Okay. So we're kind of ready to wrap up, but not before I invite Aunt Beverly to join us on the bima. And sticking with the theme of family, Beverly's going to offer a reading called A Good Family Means.
A good family means, a good family is a special and wonderful thing. People who trust each other and who care for each other. A good family means people who listen to each other, who open their hearts and their minds to one another. Each member understands that he is an important person. Each member understands that he has responsibilities to each of the others. In a good family, some work in their home and some work outside of it, but all work together, and everyone works to grow and to learn, each in his own way. A good family is a blessing from God to be treasured and enjoyed. With thanks in our hearts, we pray that we can find the ways always to be a good family.
Jalen, sweetie, can I invite you to stand right near the steps, facing the Aron Kodesh, but don't get too close, we want you to pull back. And I'd like to invite, Mom and Dad, Madison, our 4 grandparents, Joel and Bev. Come and Sherry, join us here. So Kendra and I would like to offer a very special blessing just after we recite together Shechianu, thanking God for reaching this very, very special day. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, shehachianu v'hiyamanu v'hidiyanu b'zman hazeh. Let's all rise as we invoke God's blessings on our bat mitzvah. May the Lord bless you and guard you. May the Lord make his countenance to shine upon you and to always be gracious unto you. May God continue to watch over you, that you grow in health and in strength, with a love for yourself, for your family, for your people Israel, for all people and all humanity. May God bless you always with a blessing of shalom, fullness and love and peace. And we all say together, Amen. Keloheinu, page 400.
Ein Keloheinu, ein Kadonenu, ein Kemokeinu, ein Kemoshienu, Micheloheinu, Michadonenu, Michemokeinu, Michemoshienu, Nodel Eloheinu, Nodel Adonenu, Nodel Emalkeinu, Nodel Moshienu, Baruch Eloheinu, Baruch Adonenu, Baruch Mokeinu, Baruch Moshienu, Atahu Eloheinu, Atahu Adonenu, Atahu Mokeinu, Atahu Moshienu, Atahu Shektiru, Avotenu, Lecha Lecha Ketoret Hasamim.
Let's all rise, Aleinu 402.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon ha'kol, l'tet gdula le'otzeh b'reshit, shelo asanu k'goyei ha'aratzot, ve'lo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama, shelo sanachakenu kahem, ve'goralenu k'chol ha'monam, v'anachnu korim, u'mishachavim u'hurim, lifnei melech u'malchei hamlochim, hakadosh baruch hu, shehu notei shamayim v'yaseh haaretz, u'moshev yikarom b'shamayim ima'ah, u'shchinatu zo, v'gavlei meromim, hu Eloheinu ein od, hem Mokeinu efes ulato, כך כתוב בתורתו, ידעת היום, והשבות האלה לבביך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים, השמיים ממעל, והארץ מתחת, אין עוד, אין עוד.
You can be seated.
אוקיי, נקבל לך.
ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד ושמו
Let's take this moment to recall those who were once part of our lives, have gone to their eternal home, but always will be part of our lives. You can feel their presence here today, and knowing that they are shepping nachas from their vantage at this moment, seeing Judaism being sustained into the future, and Jalen becoming today a bat mitzvah. If anyone is in the year of mourning or observing the yortzeit, I would invite you to rise for the recitation of Kaddish, Kaddish Yatom, page 410. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shmei rabba. Yolma divra chirutei v'yamlich mafutei. V'chayechon v'yomechon u'v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael. Ba'agala ubizman kariv imru. Amen. Yehei shmei rabba. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnasei v'yithadar v'yitole v'yithalal. Shmei dekucha Ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran biolma v'imru. Amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shmaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. So, one more time, let me say Mazal Tov, Scott to you, and Bethany to you, Madison to you. I know that you and Jalen have a very special relationship as two sisters. Oh, let me express it a little bit differently. I know that you and Jalen will have a very special relationship. I saw that hug, Madison. I saw that hug happening. So, great to celebrate this day with you, you know? So we don't need 150 people to feel the joy. You know, I think we did pretty good with 25 of us here this morning. You know, sanctuary is filled with a lot of joy, as I said before, a lot of happiness. So to grandparents, Paul and Sherry, Joel and Bev, Mazal Tov, to all of you, aunts and uncles, cousins, family, friends, what a great morning. Jalen, Cantor has a kind of like a special gift to you, so I'm going to let Cantor explain it.
So one of the things that I like to incorporate with my students is finding elements of their personality and bringing it into the service. So after a little conversation, Jalen and I we already know this, that she loves musicals, that she loves music, and so I am bringing to today's conclusion of the service, semi-conclusion of the service, The Greatest Showman, the music of This Is Me. And I think this is an especially beautiful song, and I think it really connects to Jalen and becoming a mitzvah. It's all about, thinking that your weaknesses are exactly that, but in fact they are your strengths, and persevering despite where you are in life and how people might see you. And I think this year has been challenging for everyone, but being a bat mitzvah during the time of COVID can be especially challenging. And Jalen definitely persevered and did such a beautiful job today. And this is a wonderful way to showcase her talents and to just really celebrate the uniqueness that is in each and every one of us, but especially for Jalen. So this is on page 410. You can follow along. 412. This is why I say the pages. I don't call the pages. I don't remember the page numbers. This is Adon Olam to This Is Me. There will be a moment for you guys to sing along if you are familiar with the piece. Adon Olam Hashem Malach B'terem kol yetzir nivra Le'nasa b'chavtzo kol azay melech shemo nikra V'yacharek yiklot hakol levado yimloch nora V'hu haya v'hu hoveh V'hu yeh b'tifara V'hu echad v'yein sheni V'ham shilo V'achbira V'li reshit v'li tachli V'lo haos V'habisra V'hu eli v'chai go'ali V'etzorchev li b'yetzara V'hu nisi umanos li menakosi b'yom etna Be'ado ad kidruchi Be'tishan me'a'ira V'imruchi geviati Adonai li v'lo ira Adon Olam
So rise.
Bishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat ledoretam berit olam. Bishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat ledoretam berit olam. B'nei Uvein b'nei Yisrael, oti le'olam, oti le'olam, oti le'olam. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, lasot et ha-Shabbat, le'doretam berit olam. Ki shesh yet yamim, asa Adonai, Asa Adonai et ha-shamayim v'et ha'aretz v'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat ledoretam berit olam. Uvayom hashvi'i shava vayinapash, shava vayinapash, shava vayinapash. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat lasot et ha-Shabbat ledoretam berit olam.
Blessing for one.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei pri hagafen.
Amen. L'chaim.
L'chaim, 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 l'chaim.
Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom u'mevorach, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom u'mevorach.
Good Shabbos, everyone. Shabbat Shalom.
Mazel tov.
Folks, I'm going to ask you that if you'll extend